Hello, we just wanted to give you an update, senior parents, about the senior year college application timeline and to hopefully answer some questions as you navigate your child's senior year. We had a meeting with all seniors a couple weeks ago, hoping to give them some inspiration and kind of guide them as to where they should be at this moment. As of today, students have explored colleges online and through literature. A lot of them have done this through Journey to College. And if students are not in Journeys to College, we have met with them as a group and hopefully individually. We've also encouraged students to reach out to us for individual meetings to talk about these things. And we're hoping at this point students have created a list of colleges they're interested in learning more about and are considering applying to. Students have also had the opportunity to meet with college representatives. Many of them have actually come to the Journey to College classroom and or the lunchroom. And then students and parents hopefully have visited some college campuses that they're interested in, either in person or hopefully maybe even virtually. As of today, also students and parents, we're hoping, have had some conversations about college, how it's going to be paid for, who's going to be responsible for what in terms of payment. And that maybe everyone is clear on that plan, or at least you have a plan. Students have also started to fill out applications, and they've contacted teachers to request letters of recommendation. And then all of our students that were here last year took the ACT in February/March timeline last year, and many of them have either retaken the ACT in June or July, or maybe even this upcoming October test date. There is also one in December, but for a lot of schools that might be more useful for scholarship purposes rather than admission purposes. So check with your particular colleges on that December date to see if that's worthwhile. Students are also hopefully checking our counseling office website weekly for some scholarship information as they pop up. Right now, scholarships are not necessarily flying in, but as we get closer to January, February, March, they really do start to pick up in terms of numbers, especially the local scholarships. But right now, search engines such as fastweb.com and scholarships.com are a popular national website database option for students to look up scholarships. And then students also need to think about finishing up their service learning requirement for graduation. If they don't have ideas, we have plenty, and we can help share with them some ideas on what to do. Students are also logging into their Naviance account, and this is where they can upload information to us as school counselors as to where they've applied. And then they can request those letters of recommendation from teachers. So the students log into their account, click on I've applied to here, this particular college, that particular college, and they can request transcripts electronically to be sent from our office. They can also then request letters of recommendation from any teacher in the building to be sent electronically as well. In terms of the October to December deadline or time frame, the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, again, it is free. So if you ever end up on a website that's asking for money, that is not a free application. They do have a lot of other websites out there that are not free, and that's not where you want to be. So keep that in mind. It is fafsa.ed.gov. October 1 was when that window opened that parents and students can start to fill out the FAFSA for the 23-24 school year. You will be using the prior year tax information from both parent and student. So that's 2021 tax information. Within the FAFSA, the IRS data retrieval tool is very helpful if you've already filed your 21 taxes. It will allow you to log in and retrieve that information and fill in those holes in the FAFSA with that information from the IRS. Now, there may be some situations where family income has changed since 2021, such as maybe a job loss, divorce, some medical debt, and those kinds of situations need to be reported directly to the financial aid offices of the college, of all the colleges your student is applying to. They are the only ones that can take those extenuating circumstances into consideration. So yes, you have to use your 21 information exactly how it was in 21 on the FAFSA. However, there is other information that can be included in their decision as to what kind of amount of money they give you. And so we'll have some informational meetings about financial aid coming out. And then there's also this website here that can give parents and students some more information. But that information is going to be coming from us a little bit in a few weeks as well. College visits are important, especially this time of year. Many students have already gone on college visits. Even going back for a second visit is almost maybe even more important to kind of solidify some ideas and some feelings about college and college campuses. Maybe even retaking some ACTs if that's the case. A big note here, the Columbus campus of OSU has a November 1st early action deadline. And early action means to be included in their scholarship pool. And I would think every student would want to be considered for scholarship. So we say, because of that early action deadline, students need to have all of their pieces to the application submitted by October the 15th. And that is so that the school counselors can get their transcripts there, the teachers can get their letters of recommendation there, all the pieces that go along with the application can be there on time. And that's important because all of those pieces have to be to OSU by November 1. We try to have all the students complete all of their applications by Thanksgiving because the November 1 deadline is even before Thanksgiving. Is this something that if a student comes back after the Thanksgiving break and says that they want to apply to a specific college that they cannot? Absolutely not. But if they're already thinking at this moment in early October that these colleges are on their list, there's no reason to not be having applied already at this point. And so by Thanksgiving, hopefully they're having all those schools on their list at least applied to by then, so we can get those transcripts there, those test scores they can send, all those things can kind of fall into place for them. They need to update Naviance each time an application is sent so we can send their transcript and get those letters of recommendation there for them. And again, applying for scholarships as they come in. By January to February, they're going to be wrapping up those applications and maybe even sending those 7th semester transcripts. So after the semester ends in January, if those colleges are requesting a new updated transcript with January grades, we can send that. They just need to communicate that either in person and probably in Naviance. And then at that point, come January, February, we're really thinking about scholarships. In March to May, that's when you would receive some financial aid packages, and hopefully there's going to arrive by February/early March. It kind of depends on the college. But send housing applications is important too. And then at that point, you're going to make any last minute campus visits to kind of solidify your ideas and thoughts about the college. And by May 1, that college and colleges will need to know your final decision. So am I enrolling here, or am I saying no thank you? All service learning paperwork also has to be turned in by April 21st in order for a student to attend prom. So we kind of stick by the April 21 deadline just so we can make sure students have that opportunity. And then come late May, seniors are going to kind of fill out their senior survey telling us where we should send their final transcript and any scholarships that they received. The senior survey is a really important piece to the end of their year because that's how we are notified exactly where they're enrolling and then any scholarships they've received. And this is any scholarship they've received from any college and all colleges, because at graduation, we include a large list of every scholarship our students have received, even if they're not accepting the scholarship or enrolling at that college. And so we want them to be included and acknowledged at graduation. We're always available to answer questions, and we want you to reach out if you have questions. We also are available during our times during open houses and parent-teacher conferences. So if those are times in person that you would like to see us, please do so. Our website is listed here as well, and we would really enjoy talking with you about this particularly. So please reach out either through email or calling, especially if you have questions.